An officer who stood for integrity, who stood for values, and who had gone through from the inception, having a great track record as a bureaucrat, and now heading this prestigious MCHRD, Dr. Shanta Kumari Garu, and all young officers who are going to lead India and lead different parts of our India, and who would be taking India to the next level in this geopolitical scenario. First of all, I would like to congratulate you, and I would like to literally thank all the MCHRD think tank over here who have built these institutions over a period of 3 to 4 decades, and who have made this institution a very remarkable institution to shape the young, the experienced minds, and to sail along with the different governance who would be coming here and would be taking the training and would be serving the country in the long way. So all the credence has to go to the leading lights of MCHRD who are sitting on the front line of the days, and all the people who have been working for this. We all know that I along with my senior colleague and the Director General are sitting among the brightest minds of this country today. And you have cleared one of the toughest examinations. In this country, it's supposed to be very toughest. And not only toughest, there are many tough examinations on the other part of the continent. Maybe, if somebody is from IIM, if somebody is from IIT, or somebody is from the respectable or the greatest institutions, that also was the toughest. But the toughest part is you have taken all the challenges to become part and parcel and chosen a life of a public responsibility. Here the thin line of your differentiation has to go. Here I see you represent different services, different states, different languages, different backgrounds, and also different academic backgrounds too. Coming over here and finishing your training in different training institutions, you have brought in a uniformity now. One identity which represents uniformity, that you are an all India officer. You represent India. You don't represent a region. You don't represent a religion. You don't represent a caste. You don't represent communities. But you represent India as such. That is the uniformity in this part. You are the future custodians of the Indian governance systems here. Many a time, many people would have asked you. Many people from different backgrounds, chartered accountant, engineers, the doctors, or, BCom graduates or BA graduates. In this world, a profound question would have come down to you at any point of time. In this global career where you have cash-rich salaries which are awaiting you, that carriers are awaiting you. And there is a scope for startups to become another Bill Gates or Infosys Narayana Murthy. Or you have, you can earn the fame and the comfort. Many people would have asked you, why did you choose this service? Toughest part is to answer. I know it's not easy to become a civil servant. It looks glamorous too. And I think that somewhere deep inside, you thought of serving this country serving the people with sincerity, with honesty, with capability, last but not the least, with compassion. This sort of distinction would have made you not to choose a high salaried job or becoming a businessman or taking different other professions. So we salute, we honor your deep sense of commitment to serve the public. That is your greatest strength. You know, I always see, because I or my colleague sitting over here, I always feel that because we come from such backgrounds, we have seen most of the power, but we always consider power is temporary. And what in power? Because you are all people till age of 60, ma'am. You will be always in power from now. But you have to literally think how much impact you will be making. That's more important. Take the transitionary thing that power is temporary, and what you make an impact is always permanent. You know, as officers, you will be given lots of authority. The files, the budgets, the power. But remember, these are the two important aspects where you have to distinguish yourselves between the power and the impact. And we always see, you know, we have always seen also, the history does not remember officers for how many meetings they attended, but for how many lives in their process of journey did they change. You know, you will be first encountering as, you know, initial postings, either it may be in IAS as sub-collectors, then the joint collectors, over here as additional collectors, then the collectors. But each day, think beyond while before you sleep. Did you make an impact or did you change anybody's life? So that creates lots of confidence in you and creates lots of meaning living the lucrative professions and coming into this world of power. You know, when you are, anytime you are in doubt, why I had come down to civil services. Think, always you have thought about them, think of the poor and the weakest person. And ask whether your actions are literally help them out to come out of their problems and elevate to the next level. And what I have seen, I would like to really put before you. I always keep asking myself, or I always see my, you know, most of the officers who are friends. I always think about, you know, what are the, you know, pressures which will be having an impact on us. What are the silent enemies which kills our ambitions, which kills our goal, which kills our motives, and they act as an internal weakness. I urge all you people, because you are all India officers, you know, beware of these five silent enemies. One is arrogance. Arrogance absolutely disconnects you from the people. Second, think of something, you know, what happens to each and every individual in any profession, complacency, which kills your innovation. And think of one more silent enemy, cynicism, which erodes integrity. And of late we have seen the corruption. You know, corruption not only destroys individuals, corruption destroys institutions from within. These are the enemies. They do not come in a day, on the day 1 or on the day 30. They slowly arrive suddenly. That it takes place by, we all come into part and parcel of the sphere of this society. They grow slowly, you know, and one delayed file, if you see, one delayed or ignored complaint and one adjustment. These are all, compiles, and this becomes into one of the bitter enemies from within ourselves. I always believe that, being helmet of power, what we see is a strongest officer is not who controls others. But you always think if you can control yourselves or ourselves within this silent enemies of us, then you can control everybody. That is what. And, to all the young officers over here, governance is basically a human relationship. You should not consider it as a mechanical process. Never forget that the governance is not about the rules alone, right? You have to put your process within the rules, within the systems, within the process. But it's not absolutely sticking on to the rules. Rules should be to think about the people who needs justice, who needs help, who need cooperation. Many people will be going to different, functionary offices, a villager or a complainant waiting outside. Don't take it, one more case has been added today. And if you attend to a pensioner, don't add to the file number. And students seeking a scholarship, don't take him as, he is one more beneficiary of the code of the state. These are the citizens who would be putting their trust in the state, in whichever state you function. It is not by us, mostly by you, by our officers. So it is the trust of the state conveyed through you to them. And always have little bit of patience. That's more important. Listening to people for a few minutes can sometimes solve by itself what, files can't do it. A simple hearing, a patient hearing can solve the problem. Everybody knows it. A patient going to a doctor sometimes gives for medicines for the ailment, but ultimately it's the doctor who hears to us can cure most of our diseases. And coming down to my department, and what I'm seeing is the technology right now. I being IT ministers, many people would have gone just now. The Director General Shantakumari ji was also telling about you people visiting a couple of data centers, couple of technology centers over here. This state, as everybody knows, this is a technology-driven state. And now that we are taking our roots to become the leaders in the terms of AI, artificial intelligence or cutting-edge technologies. Good that you have gone to these sort of institutions where how technology can turn the administration to the next level. India as such on the broader scale using technology, data, and also the digital platform to transform our governance. This is a powerful tool now. Technology is a powerful tool. But keep it in mind, when technology also can be dangerous if not guided by empathy. And that's you become, if it is not served through you with empathy, you all will become robots. Technology as such has to be leveraged by you. The use of the cutting-edge technologies like AI or cybersecurity, by the time you become, the senior officers, many more technologies keep coming up. The quantum computing maybe in 5 years or 6 years of time may take the precedence. So where technology you should use to empower citizens, not to intimidate them. You should use for innovation, and also the technology should not be used never to outsource compassion. And all the young officers over here, please think before you leave office every day, ask yourself one question. Did my work today make governance more humane, more just, or more responsive? If you literally see that if you say yes once in a week, we think that you're succeeding. If your answer is yes every day, exceptionally, you will become the exceptional officer for your state, for our nation, and you would be the proudest officer for our state, and you would be the greatest asset for the nation too. And in any part of anybody's profession, keep the habit of, from the day one of your schooling till now, you have been a student. Don't leave the passion to learn each every day. Try to learn something new in terms of your administration, sometimes in terms of, innovation in terms of your administration. Now, we all believe that because you are exceptionally bright young minds who are sitting here and with great grey matter. And, while concluding, I would like to say, when you look back on your career, your greatest achievement should not be by your designation which you have held, but with the quiet knowledge you served with honesty, integrity, and courage. And many officers keep coming up, going, and thousands of officers from All India Service or central services are coming down to the state services. Many people keep coming and going. What country or the state expects from you? Absolutely not absolute perfection, nobody expects. But we or from the nation expects your sincerity and devotion and commitment and compassion to the people. And I wish, with a career, with a clean hands, clear conscience, and as a courageous citizens. With these few words, I would like to conclude. I wish you all the best, good luck, and try to do great work for the country, great work for the states which you have been given to, and great work for your departments, and trying to earn a good name. Good name, not through your awards or through your ceremonial awards, good name among the people, and to be the best citizen of your governance. Thank you very much. I wish you good luck.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking remarks. Our chief guest, Shri Bhatti